Growing up, she was so cute. She had the most beautiful blonde curly hair, long hair. She had the cutest little smile. She loved me very much. She was a good girl.
When she was younger, and her and her sister would go to the park and just go fishing or on the swing set. Underdog was kind of a big thing back in the 90s, I guess. So you'd push her under the swing and run underneath it, so you get higher in the air. And she really, we had a lot of fun with that.
She was very bright. She went into kindergarten already knowing how to read. And I think that was just from her mom and stepdad and I just reading to her. I read to her a lot. It was kind of like one of our favorite things to do together.
I think when it changed was in high school, and what opened my eyes was the fights we would have. She was a lot more verbally confrontive, and we had some really big fights. And I remember afterwards I'd go outside and my head would just be spinning because I'm like, I don't know this person. How did she just turn from this to this? And now that I look back, I think I know why. She was using something.
I think the first time I realized I hit rock bottom was I was using drugs when I was in high school. Like, I didn't get to experience all the fun things that people did. I didn't remember half of my high school because I was using drugs.
It was when she graduated. She enrolled in the TC, and later we find that Amara wanted to do was sit at home and smoke marijuana, didn't want to go to college. I think it was kind of like that slippery slope where you don't know if it's just sowing your wild oats a little bit and getting out of your system, or we're just going to get something that was going to get worse.
Carl was a bright, funny kid. He was clever. He was a real popular kid. He played a lot of different sports. He was the captain of the football team. His senior year, he was all conference. Same girlfriend all 4 years of high school. He was real smart. Did almost always on the honor roll. All the while he was probably hiding the drinking and marijuana use at that time. He moved out after high school and moved to La Crosse, an apartment. And I think that's when things really escalated for him. Drinking became a daily thing for him. Marijuana, of course. It felt a little bit, we definitely knew he was drinking and had a problem with drugs. We didn't realize the severity of it. Amara was a good friend of Carl's at the time that the two of those, the kids, the young people hung out. Mari was probably involved in drugs, and Carl was probably involved in drugs too. I think they tried to support each other in healthy ways, but the addiction had a hold over both of them at that point.
The first time I found out about hard drugs, I think it was 2014, and Heidi called me on the phone and told me that Mari had overdosed and that she had, her heart had stopped and she needed to be resuscitated.
When she overdosed and I drove there to her house, I'm looking for her, and then she's walking up the street from the place where she got OD'd at. She had not dressed for the season. She just had shorts and a t-shirt on, and she was white as a ghost. And she's yelling at me in the middle of the street. And I'm like, is that little Mari I pushed on the swing set?
Then she started getting in trouble with the law, and it was being usually picked up on the highway, and she had things in her car, so they would put her in jail, and then she'd be let out, after a few days, or someone would bail her out.
Amara was a very easy person to approach, very easy to approach. She had a contagious laugh. I can still see all that. It's incredible. We had many conversations where she'd talk about her siblings and the things that she used to do with them. Her love of reading. She loved to read. There was many great things about Amara, and she really was that good person and an inmate that was very approachable, one that you had hopes and prayers and dreams for. I do for all of them, but there are ones that when you hope in your life that you can make a small difference, that you can say, boy, that one day I stopped and said, how are you doing today, Amara? Is today the day that's going to change her life?
It was the 6th of September. He was going to go out with friends. The rest of the night, I closed up the shop, went home, came back the next morning. I was opening the shop, and he was going to come and work for us and help us. And I went up to get him, and I was kind of annoyed. I was thinking that he must have gone out and drank or something, and knocked on the door and opened the door and walked into the bathroom, and we just had to pull him out of that bathroom and try to do CPR on him and call 911. It was really crazy. He was gone. He had taken heroin. And honestly, it was Mari that had gotten him.
It's kind of ironic. Amara's mother, her and I went to school together. So I've known the family for years and years and years. And I had numerous law enforcement contacts with her use of illicit drugs and trying to assist her and her family. And then ultimately I ended up arresting her for reckless homicide, for providing the substance that killed a young man in Stoddard, Wisconsin.
My conversations with her after Carl passed away, I believe that she wanted to die after that, and that the rest of the years after that were just a slow suicide.
And on the 6th, somehow she ended up in Alaska, and it was winter. It was January 6th. It was cold. Well, she was trying to get out of the cold, so she went down Main Street in Alaska, and she went to a friend's apartment. We don't know what happened inside the apartment. The medical examiner told me that she was high on meth, and she was trying to, what they call, shoot down with heroin. And it wasn't heroin, it was fentanyl. There was no heroin in her system. There was just meth and fentanyl. So I was told that she pretty much just laid down and went to sleep. She laid there for a while. He woke up. He said that he thought he saw her breathing, and he told her to get up because that doesn't look comfortable. But she never got up, and he finally called 911 after a little while. And when they came, there was nothing they could do. So she died on the kitchen floor.
I think we're wired to, parents are supposed to die before the kids. Not the other way around.
And I always wonder if she knew she was dying and if she thought of me. Because I was her biggest cheerleader, and I really wanted her to make it. So, anyway, she's gone, and it hurts. Hurts really bad.
First of all, I'm sure that she, as Heidi and I spoke many times, I'm sure she probably thought about some of the stuff that we've been doing, thinking, oh my Lord, you guys, I can't believe you've done this. Marching in the parades, handing the candy out to the kids, speaking in public about the things that are they're very touching and heartful to do. But I would have to tell her that you did some good on this earth, and I hope that you know that. And you touched our hearts. And this is why we're doing what we're doing, because we want to be sure that you live on and you can stop somebody else from losing their life.
One of the big reasons for the foundation is to teach people and to increase awareness and to make it so it's less taboo to talk about it.
Keep asking for help. If you notice something's wrong, keep reaching out to people. There's always someone that can help you, whether it's a friend or a parent. Even if you feel comfortable talking to the guidance counselor, like, hey, I don't know what to do with this, someone's always able to help.
Another huge part of it is community and national education. Like, so many people are still unaware of what a huge problem this is. So many kids are dying. So many people are dying.
Communication with your kids. Hold them tight. Know what they're doing. Don't run your household like a prison camp or anything like that. Just be involved in your child's life.
Mari and Carl, they're martyrs. They're martyrs for what's going on right now with the fentanyl crisis. And we need to use their deaths to try to save other people.